He might pursue the TikTok issue further. His original position to ban TikTok would mean that content produced by anyone who uses the platform, including Singaporeans, would get banned in the US.
So the US presidential elections are coming up on November 3rd, with Donald Trump and Joe Biden going head-to-head against each other. But what does this mean for Singapore and Southeast Asia? We spoke to an expert to find out.
My name is Jessica Wau. I am the Assistant Director of the ASEAN Program at the Singapore Institute of International Affairs. Next year, when countries are focused on the economic recovery, bread and butter issues will become more important for Americans. And if they start using China as an excuse or a reason for why things are bad within the country, that will continue to intensify the rivalry. When it comes to Trump, although it's been inconsistent policy, it has been quite constraining on China in terms of the policies that have come out. When it comes to Biden, although he will probably take a more multilateral approach, the truth is that there is a lot of bipartisan support for some of the moves against China. Interestingly, Southeast Asia might benefit slightly. So it's because of this China plus one idea. Companies recognize that you cannot have just one source of your supply. You need to diversify slightly, and that doesn't mean moving out of China completely, but it means having China and having a plus one country. And that is usually a Southeast Asian country. We've seen a lot of tech moves into Singapore this year, and I think it's related to some of the US-China rivalry that's been going on. So some of these companies are Alibaba, Tencent, ByteDance, the owner of TikTok. Zoom as well has announced plans to enlarge a data center here. I think some of these companies recognize the risk that comes with the US-China rivalry, and they look to countries within Southeast Asia like Singapore that might be more of neutral ground. The US is quite protective of its IP, intellectual property. So for Huawei, right, its affiliates cannot accept technology that has been developed by the US, but that will affect Taiwanese companies and chip makers. If that's a model of how things are done, anything that might be related to China, including countries in Southeast Asia, for example, or people, or businesses, they will endure that scrutiny. Because if you are providing information, if you're providing technology or business to Chinese companies, you will likely receive more scrutiny. He might pursue the TikTok issue further. His original position to ban TikTok would mean that content produced by anyone who uses the platform, including Singaporeans, would get banned in the US. But it's more complex than that. It's difficult to outrightly ban a company, especially in the US if they have certain rules when it comes to businesses. If they would want to target Southeast Asia as a market, and also recognizing that China is making moves in the region, they would also want a bite of that market share that could potentially make them expand some of their operations here. Biden has presented himself as a more willing international player. There are quite a number of initiatives out there when it comes to vaccine development and in distributing it around. Singapore has taken a positive stance in wanting to distributing it in a way that everyone benefits. If you keep the vaccine for yourself, like your own country might be COVID-free, but then does that mean you don't travel or you close borders? It takes effort from multiple countries. So with Biden and his multilateral position, there might be a more positive aspect if he would take over the presidency. In the Trump administration, it might not be as willing to share, and this goes back to the America First policy. But they have also made moves to accelerate the development of the vaccine with partnerships with other companies and other countries. So the hope is that all these countries and companies can work together, and that would be able to accelerate the process and therefore be able to distribute the vaccine. For Singapore and Southeast Asia, we would essentially be braced for more of what we've already been seeing in the last couple of years, which is a degree of unpredictability and an intensifying US-China relationship. But I think because of the COVID-19 pandemic, all the countries will be focused on economic recovery, and that might provide opportunities for cooperation and collaboration.